This week, leaders from around the world have been gathering in France to commemorate the 75th anniversary of the massive invasion of Normandy during World War II. With fewer and fewer D-Day veterans left to share their first-hand accounts of June 6, 1944, there's an urgency to capture their stories. Ahead of the battle's 70th anniversary, WGBH's Elizabeth Ross caught up with one local veteran who served on D-Day and dedicated the rest of his life until his death in 2015 to educating people about what happened that day, traveling to schools, museums, with a presentation he called D-Day in a Box.
Charles Bud Dacey has lived in Winthrop his entire life. He remembers swimming at this beach as a little boy. But sometimes when Dacey looks out to the horizon, his memories take him back to a different beach.
It was so bad that they assumed that a lot of the guys, if we landed, they'd drowned, and it'd be very difficult for them to get ashore.
Dacey was a 19-year-old sailor when he and more than 150,000 Allied troops crossed the English Channel on D-Day.
This is the greatest amphibious operation in military history.
Dacey served as a gunner's mate aboard the LST-344, a landing ship loaded down with Sherman tanks, jeeps, and men.
We had to anchor off of Normandy, and it was so rough that I can remember we never shut the engines off.
The weather was bad, and the fighting was intense.
I can remember shells landing all around us, and I thought it was our guys that were shooting at the Germans, and some of the guys said, "Stupid, it's the Germans shooting at us."
These days, Dacey reminisces about the war with other veterans at the Winthrop Center Cafe. They're honored here on the cafe's wall of heroes. But Dacey says the real heroes are those who died at Normandy.
I don't want the kids to forget what they did. It's nice to know what we did too, but those guys, the people that are still over there, they gave their lives.
And that's why Dacey created his D-Day in a Box. It's part of a presentation he gives at schools and museums. It includes a Nazi medal from a German prisoner captured at Normandy, and dozens of pieces that he and his wife made by hand for a 3D model of the invasion of Omaha Beach.
These are my German guns. This is an orange cap from a simply orange bottle, and then I drill a hole and I put these in it. And this is the top where the Germans looked out.
Following his D-Day presentation, Dacey sometimes gives out tiny bags of sand. He collected it during an emotional trip back to Normandy a few years ago.
So I said, I'm getting in the water, and I took my shoes off and walked down the beach, and that's when I got the sand.
He also paid tribute, as he puts it, to the guys still over there, those buried at the American cemetery overlooking Omaha Beach, where he took this picture. He never gives a presentation without it. Elizabeth Ross, WGBH News.